All right, so now we're gonna get everything together. We're gonna reheat our pilaf. That'll be the last thing we do. We're gonna get our hollandaise done. We're gonna sear off our carrot, our salmon and our asparagus, and then we're gonna heat up our pilaf, and we're gonna get this all plated and together. Typically with the hollandaise, you would actually have this done beforehand. You would do this at the first thing in the morning and hot hold it all day. It's not a thing that we can do ahead of time, so we're actually gonna make it when we need it. So we're gonna start off with an egg yolk, half of a lemon. We just want that juice of a lemon. Make sure that we don't get any seeds in there. If you get any seeds in there, just pick them out. Butter. Now, a lot of recipes butter, you actually don't need it. I find it does a richer, nicer version if you actually don't clarify the butter. We're first going to just melt that down. We're going to get this egg. What we're whisking for is we want that nice, it's called Big Bird Yellow. So we want to get just some air in there so it'll hold that emulsion better. We're just going to get that butter all melted. We don't want to brown it or anything. We just want to melt it so we can turn down that heat. And just keep whisking this guy. Getting there. All right. So now we're going to turn this up, make sure that it's nice. And now we're going to temper these eggs. So we've got that nice hot oil. I'm going to get this guy on a towel just so it doesn't wiggle around too much. And then we're just going to drizzle in that hot oil into here. Make sure you temper it in. And that's our beautiful hollandaise right there. It should look almost like a mayo. If we need to, we can add a little bit of lemon juice just to thin it out. Give it a little bit more flavor too. Because what we want is just a ribbon stage sauce, just like that. All right, so we're gonna finish that with just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just a pinch of cayenne. Just the littlest amount. Just like that. And for our recipe, that is more than enough. We'll give it a little bit of a taste. I think it needs just a little more salt. And that we're good. So we'll move this, set that aside till we need it for plating. All right. Move this guy down. All right, next we're gonna get our salmon and asparagus going. So we're gonna get this pan hot. And we can also get our pan on for our pilaf. Wipe down real quick. Now we're going to get our salmon kind of prepared so we can get that started. one of the big things we want to do, because we want that crispy skin, is we want to make sure that skin is as dry as possible while we get that pan hot. Wetness is the opposite of searing. When we season from sure that it's a nice even sprinkle. Use our clean hand to touch our salt and pepper. All right. Again, just we're gonna make sure pat dry, make sure that it's nice. All right, our pan is nice and hot. We're gonna add our oil to it, just enough to really coat that bottom. We've got those whiffs of smoke coming off. That's exactly what we want. Now with my hand that's been touching fish, we are going to lay the fish in away from us. And we're gonna let that go. Once it's about 3/4 of the way up is when we're gonna flip it over. We're actually looking for an internal temperature of about 130 degrees. Move this guy back over. We want that oil touching it, because that oil is going to fry that skin. If the salmon sticks, that means the pan wasn't hot enough or the salmon wasn't dry enough. So here we've got our pilaf that we made. We've got our asparagus. Get this pan hot again. Try to keep that smoke to a minimum. We just want it hot. We don't necessarily want it burning. All right, so for our pilaf, we're just adding some rice onto our tray, or onto our pan that's nice and hot. Then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of stock. A little bit of chicken stock, that's just to reconstitute it. Then we're gonna hit it with some freshly chopped herbs. This is parsley, green onion, and thyme. A little bit more stock. And this shouldn't take too long to heat up. Now our salmon is probably about halfway done. We're gonna flip it over. There's our nice crispy salmon skin. Like, you can see how nice and beautiful that is. Now we're going to let this go from the other side. I'm going to let this soak up just the rest of that stock. And the other thing I'm going to do is, as this salmon gets close to its final point, I'm actually just going to take my asparagus, throw some right in that pan, hit it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Then as it gets close, a little bit of garlic powder. Got our nice pilaf. We're gonna plate that guy down first. Rotate the asparagus around, get them a little bit of color on the other side. Put stuff up as we don't need it. Again, we're looking for about 130 internal on this guy. Right there, we're after it rests. We're just going to give it a quick flash on the other side, but look at that gorgeous color. Our lovely salmon. We want to do it skin side up so that skin doesn't steam. Our nice, lovely asparagus. Go right on that plate. And then we just spoon on some of our lovely Hollandaise. And then we'll clean up the plate. Just nice and velvety at the top. Some of our fresh herbs. Clean that plate up a little bit. And that is our lovely salmon and asparagus and risotto pilaf. We want to eat it immediately. That way the skin stays nice and hot, or nice and crispy. But that is what we are looking for. Nice, easy, classic.